All right.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, it's officially spring. Spring has sprung, and I am thrilled. I'm the one who hates winter. But I think one of the most exciting things, I guess it's going to encompass a year now, is when Johnny Curiel and staff and his wife opened Alma Fondafina, and it has moved along. And now, I don't know, Johnny said last for a while. I'm not sure I believe him, but Becca can tell me. Alteno opened Monday in Cherry Creek, and Becca Randall is the GM there, right?
Yes.
And well, I remembered you as a waitress to start with, a server at Alma. And I said,
Yes, that's
I
correct.
know that lady, all dressed in white. That was the bravest thing I've ever seen. I can't wear white from the kitchen to here.
We have a
With,
lot of Tide to Go pens on hand, I'll tell you that much.
oh, well, I believe that. Anyway, congratulations
Thank you.
and love you. Alteno is amazing, gorgeous, fabulous. But start with, because I really don't know all about you. So tell me some of your background.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my journey in hospitality started over a decade ago. I was born and raised here in Denver, Colorado, and really started out actually at Dairy Queen was my first job when I was 15 on Colorado Boulevard. Shout out to Dairy Queen.
Oh, I used to
Um,
go there all the time when I lived over there.
Oh yeah, cherry dipped cone never steered anybody wrong on a hot summer day. Um, so I started out at Dairy Queen. I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, was an athlete through and through, five varsity athlete. And from there I went to undergrad in Hastings, Nebraska for a couple of years, and that's where I started again in hospitality. My first job was Applebee's, first serving job, as everyone has to start somewhere. And then I ended up moving back here to Denver and started working at J. Alexander's out off on County Line. And from there, after 5 years, I was at Hillstone Restaurant Group, which is where my
Oh,
path crossed with Kasie. She was
okay.
there for several years. I never worked directly under her, but while she was coming in frequently to visit her old stomping grounds, our paths crossed several times while I was bartending there. I decided that I wanted to pursue a graduate degree in nonprofit management. I have quite a history in
Oh,
philanthropy
wow.
and family philanthropy. I've been on several boards. My grandparents were restaurateurs as well, so philanthropy and restaurants and hospitality are kind of just in my blood. And so I moved to New York, and I ended up getting my graduate degree in nonprofit management from Columbia, and started
Oh,
working for
yeah.
a big philanthropy out there. But there was something that was still just missing. I always wanted to have an impact in the world, and really just change people's lives. And I said, philanthropy, nonprofits, that's the way to do it. But that's also what we're doing in hospitality as well. And
Well,
so it is. I think every dish, every smile, every experience, you could be changing somebody's life. So I think hospitality and philanthropy and nonprofits have several overlapping layers. And so while I was working for that nonprofit, I was really just missing hospitality, and so I ended up going back to Hillstone in New York, just 1 day a week, helping them out, just to kind of fill that other part of my cup. And then ended up realizing hospitality was kind of the way to my heart. So I ended up leaving that philanthropy job, went back full time at Hillstone, and ended up moving back to Denver in September. And at that point, I thought it was time to, move on from my Hillstone roots. And I called up Kasie. It was about a week after they got the Michelin star and said, I would love to come and finally work with you. I see the incredible things you're doing with your team and your vision. And she said, you've got a job at Alma. We need another server. And
oh,
so
I did not know any of this.
I
And
know,
I could
yes.
hardly wait off air because I am huge in charity and philanthropy.
Yes.
And Johnny has said he would even do one of our events, he would help with it. So I'm going to talk to you and about New York, I am just great story.
We'll have to get dinner at Alteno and we'll talk all about
Oh
it.
my God. Seriously, I can hardly wait.
Me either.
I haven't been so excited over an interview in a long time. And we haven't even gotten to the restaurant.
I know. Well, there's a lot of backstory to where I got to where I was,
Oh, you
just
have,
as Alteno and everything.
I mean, you have no idea. My head is just full of questions and notes and whatever. Anyway, phew, tell me,
Yeah.
tell me about Alteno.
Yeah, so I was at Alma serving and managing, and then this opportunity came up, and I said I had 4 or 5 years at Hillstone and Cherry Creek. It was kind of an opportunity to get back to my old stomping grounds, just as Johnny and Kasie had been in Cherry Creek, and it seemed like the right time, the correct alignment, and a once in a lifetime opportunity to grow with one of the best restaurant groups that I've ever worked for.
I agree.
So. Long story short, that is how I ended up at Alteno with Johnny and Casey and this incredible staff that we've built. It was a very long process of interviewing day in and day out. Before my serving shifts, I would go into Alma about 2 hours early, have several interviews for staff, and then work a 10-hour shift and do it all over the next day. But it helped me grow in so many ways, but also, as you saw, we have the absolute best staff
You know
that
what?
we could ever imagine.
Okay, I have to say, I was there as the first night, I assume, of a practice. I have never seen incredible servers. They knew everything. I mean, you did a job. I knew some of it, but my little server was Meg, and I had never seen her. She had never been like at Alma. And oh my gosh, I cannot believe they were incredible. The space, you try and describe it, it is gorgeous.
The space is absolutely beautiful. So it was formerly Keeney's, right inside the Clayton Hotel. And we really wanted to make it feel, all of our spaces are designed by Agatha Jane Design. And she is a visionary in her own self. She understands the story. She takes the traditions. She takes that energy that we want to tell with our story. All of our concepts are about storytelling, from our entry spiels to the menu itself to just the decor and the ambiance. And so she took all of that vision and essentially made it what Alteno is. We have an
Oh,
incredibly beautiful
gorgeous.
raw bar right when you walk in. Above that is a hand-painted velvet mural with an incredible chandelier hanging down,
Oh,
which,
I have pictures.
oh yes. And at night, the lights and just the ambiance in there makes that mural absolutely shine, and the contrast is absolutely beautiful. Um, We've got a lot of leather on the wall representing the mariachi bands. Every piece of artwork in there has a story and is there for a purpose. Our private dining room is absolutely incredible as well. The wallpaper in there, I just like to sit there and put my hand on it because it's absolutely gorgeous. The texture, the lighting, a full 14-person final supper table, as we call it. Every little detail on the menu to the staff to the cocktails, everything is so well thought out and executed, and that is what I think sets us apart in the hospitality world.
I agree. And the setting, anybody who could get in has been to Alma or Mescaleria at some point. But the look of this place is totally different. But it's it's hard to, it's more formal, but it isn't. It's still, we're all in jeans and it's casual and family and welcoming. And the kitchen, well, it's got to be 3 times or 4 times the size.
Absolutely. I think our entire back of house and prep area is the size of Alma in its entirety.
I agree.
So a bit more real estate, which is why we have, a bigger menu. This is the largest restaurant of the four in the group at the moment, in terms of capacity, but also just every single day walking in there, it puts me in awe because I was in there before any staff was in there, watching it kind of grow from the ground up. I remember sitting in a booth without any tables, without any chairs, construction dust flying around, and seeing how it's flourished and become what it is. And now we're on day 5 today of being open. The past few days, it has been absolutely crazy in there, fully packed during the dinner rush. And so it's just incredible to see it all come to life.
And what is the real name for the wood, the burning, the oven?
The hearth.
Okay. Oh, it's
So
fabulous.
that it is, and that brings a unique aspect to the restaurant and also to the flavor profiles of the menu. It really shows the cooking traditions of the Jalisco region and Los Altos, which is what this restaurant is an homage to Johnny's father, who was the original Alteno. And it really is felt everywhere in the restaurant. It's the Jaliscan Highland roots and traditions that, incorporates those heritage flavors and rustic preparations, and spotlight those iconic Los Altos and de Jalisco hills. Everything in the restaurant, in the menu, hand curated, of course, by Johnny, the master himself, um, in homage to his father and those traditions that he had growing up in that region.
And the entrees, like the beef and the lamb, are all done in that oven.
So yeah, a lot of our dishes are started on some stations. There are 4 stations back there. So a lot are started on some stations and finished in that hearth to really give that smoky flavor. The pan de elote, that jalapeno cheddar cornbread with the huitlacoche
I
butter.
haven't
I'm
had
sure
it.
you. Oh, that is going to be the signature dish.
Oh,
Everyone has to have that.
I
But
have
that
a
has a.
list.
Oh
Okay.
yes,
Of what I didn't get.
yes. We'll have that together on our dinner.
Oh, I can hardly wait no, that and I wanted to have, well, the enchilada suiza, and we never got to that one. That sounded great. The first dish, the fish taco thing, tostado, is with
The lubina rayada, or you said the taco?
canapachi,
Carne
canpachi,
apache. Yes.
canpachi
Oh,
tostado.
the campachi tostada, Baja
Oh,
campachi. It has Santa Barbara uni, avocado, salsa, chili seco. That is,
yeah. Oh,
it is to die for. I had never really had uni a lot and never had really imagined what it could be paired with. I know it is an acquired taste,
yeah, well,
but
I
that,
acquired it real fast.
as did I, just because of this concept and that dish alone. I was like, wow, I think I'm an uni fan.
Oh, me too. And I mean, we had all sorts of things. And your chili relleno was,
Yes.
oh my God.
We have the huitlacoche esquites in there, which you'll see a lot of huitlacoche across this menu, which is a Mexican truffle with, corn fungus. But that adds such a unique flavor. That is in the huitlacoche butter for that pan de elote, as I was talking about earlier. We've got that
Oh,
huitlacoche on
really?
the Oh, yes. That with our smoked honey, which that honey uses some of the wood from the hearth to make that smokiness in the honey. And then the huitlacoche butter on the side. I take some of that home just to put it on my eggs in the morning. It is
Well, now
absolutely
I want it right
fantastic.
this very minute.
Well, come on in. We open in a few hours. We'll get you a couple to take home.
And I do that. No, I'm going to come in and stay because I have to have some of the things. Okay, that's one of your favorites. It sounds totally simple, but obviously is more complicated than I would ever figure out. Tell me a couple. You have sections in the menu.
We do, yes. So we have the crudo section, which is our raw preparations and really highlights our commitment to freshness, which right when you walk in, you see that raw bar, which highlights all of that and also just the beautiful aesthetics of that. Next, we have the entradas, which are going to be more of those shareable appetizers. That's where you see our guacamole, that pan
Mm.
de elote, signature camote asado that we have at a couple of other locations as well, that agave roasted sweet potato with the whipped ricotta.
Well, that
Since
puts you on the map.
Oh yes, absolutely. That did put us on the map. Um, we don't have dessert at Alma, so people sometimes start with that and end with it just because it's a fantastic dish. Yes, I'm the same way. And so in that we also have the stuffed mushroom, which is a portobello mushroom with blue crab and a hoja santa chim remoulade.
Okay.
Um, and that is something that Johnny ate his father really called them crab cakes. That was his version of a crab cake, which
Oh,
I know I'm not sure if you had that while you were there, but
no, I
definitely
didn't.
add that one to your list as well.
I'm going to be really full. Okay.
And then after the enchiladas will be the demasta section, which highlights all of our corn dishes and commitment to dough. And you'll see a couple of tacos there, and also that gringa al pastor, which is an open-faced quesadilla in a way, with heritage pork, as charred pineapple, guacachile, and queso Oaxaca, where that's coming over that same sourdough tortilla that is so infamous at Alma, that I'm sure you had as well. So I don't know if you had that, but add that one to your list for sure too.
Okay. I think I have to have 14 trips. And I thought everything I had was unbelievable. But I also had somebody who had not been to Alma. So I had to have some of their dishes for him.
Absolutely.
Now he's
Well,
out the window now. Okay. Now to the entrees.
yes, so the platos fuertes. So these will be the larger entrees, really highlighting the protein elements of those dishes. That's also where that chili relleno
Yep.
is as well. But we have that barbacoa, as you talked about, that Colorado lamb shank. It has a garbanzo consommé with guacachile and escabeche. So kind of the same build your own taco setup as the birria at Alma. And then that pollo a la brasas.
Okay. Tell me
Absolutely.
about that. That's
Absolutely
what I
insane.
wanted, but I didn't get it because of my son.
It is absolutely insane. It's a fire roasted chicken coming with herbed French fries, a garlic aioli, and a salsa verde on top. But there's also this incredible chicken jus on the bottom that really keeps the entire dish very refreshing and moist, keeps that chicken absolutely perfect. But also it creates almost like a poutine
Oh,
out of those French fries because it is
oh,
coming in one dish. It is sensational. I had one of those the other night as
you're
well.
going to have it again if I'm around.
I love it. I love it. Let's do it. And that's the same chicken that'll be in that enchilada suiza. So you'll see a little bit of that overlap there, but you'll have to have the enchilada or the chicken or both, or we'll just have a little bit of everything and take some home. Nobody complained about leftover steak tacos or lamb tacos in the morning.
No, we finished everything quite quickly. But no, your portions are great. Your prices are, they're not cheap, but they're totally reasonable for what you're getting. Oh, and I'm not a mezcal drinker, but next to me was a guy and a lady. They were not married, but we became friends. Mezcal was their thing, and he knew Johnny. He went through mezcal drinks, and he was oohing and eyeing. And you take one, and there's something with the three little things with worms and ginger or whatever. I have no
Yes, so we'll do some mezcal flights if you want to try a few different mezcals.
clue.
Also,
No,
so at
thank you.
Alma, you're not you can't do the flight?
I doubt it.
Why
I'll
why is
fly
that?
away.
You'll fly away. I think mezcal is an acquired taste as well. I had never really been a mezcal drinker before working at Alma, and so it was really that was another part of that extensive training of our staff is that we had, 3 weeks of training between food, beverage, but we also had our mezcal reps coming in and our tequila and learning all about the process of agave, and so we gave the staff all of those tools, and so. Johnny is a huge mezcal fan, as you know,
Oh,
and as we
yes.
all know, and so he loves talking about the mezcal. So you will have, your typical setup with the orange at Alma. We have the
That's,
worm salt, which is the
yeah,
the dried worms, and there we have those crickets, which people are sometimes deterred from. I remember seeing with them
crunchy.
sitting. Oh yes, but extra protein. Um, But your standard is to take a little bite of that orange, have that cricket in there with the chapelinas with the mezcal to kind of balance all of that out. Some people just come in just to eat the crickets, just the chupalinas. Um, so it's an acquired taste for sure, but that's something else that we were really proud of too, to be able to have such an incredible handcrafted cocktail list, mezcal, tequila list, all by our incredible beverage director, Jen Mattioni, who has also been the beverage director for our other locations. So you'll see a little bit of infusion of Alma at Alteno with that avocado margarita and the Mex 75, but some new additions as well, like our incredible Paloma with that smoked grapefruit salt, and our premium margarita as well. So,
For a Denver girl born and raised here, you sure have learned a lot.
yes.
And probably the most charming lady I have met in ages. If I wasn't charmed before, I am totally captivated by you now.
Oh, well, thank you.
I,
So
I
am I.
went,
You're incredible.
I was to start with now. You are absolutely how lucky Kasie was to know you. And
Oh,
Kasie, if somebody doesn't know, Johnny and Kasie are man and wife. They have a 4-year old and 4 restaurants, and they are amazing just to get a staff like you have. You all are.
well, they truly are incredible, and they have such an incredible vision. And bringing what Casey and I have learned from Hillstone and those standard steps of service, without being robotic, with being that authenticity. That's what we always preach to our staff is we want you to show up as your authentic self. We don't want to be pretentious. You mentioned prices earlier. That's our commitment to access. And we talked, a little about the nonprofit world before, and there's, accessibility is a big thing, especially when it comes to fine dining and food. And we want people to be able to come in and be their authentic self and enjoy our food, whether they can enjoy 10 plates or two or three. We want it to be accessible to them, enjoyable to them, while also, upholding our standards and our roots, of what we have built, in this restaurant group. And they are a breath of fresh air. They are, the best people to work for, and I cannot wait to see what we continue to all do together.
Oh, God, you're amazing. What is there anything we didn't talk about that we should
I think we're
have?
just getting started.
Well, I know, but time's up.
Yes.
And I am your biggest fan for all of your restaurants. And Altena is, well, my list is so long I can't stand it. But to be around any and all of you. I mean, Eric is now your executive chef there. And I sat and chatted with him from the day he started at Alma back there. I mean, you're just friends with everybody, and everybody knows whoever you are after you've
Yes.
been there. And God bless you. You've just done. All right, give details how you get their address, phone number, and oh, I am so jealous that you work there.
Absolutely. Well, if you ever want to come see the Altano family, familiar faces from Alma, yes, you said you'll see me and Eric there, a few of our staff as well. But we are located inside the Clayton Hotel. The Clayton's address is 233 Clayton Street, Denver, Colorado, but we are 249.
I was going to,
Right, yeah, right when you walk into the Clayton, we are directly to the right. Accessibility wise, there's valet for $14. Clayton members get, a little bit extra care in terms of reservations. We have the entire one side of the restaurant reserved for Clayton members and walk-ins, and all of our reservations can be made on Open Table. We're open 3 to 11 every single day with happy hour 3 to 5 Monday through Friday, where you can see some more of Johnny's playground, as we call it, some dishes that we like to see and showcase and rotate throughout the year. But looking forward to seeing everyone, come through those incredible wooden doors, in the
doors
near
are
future.
gorgeous.
They are handmade as well.
Oh, God, are they beautiful? I Okay, and give everything. Do you need a phone number?
Oh, phone number. Yes. It's going to be 303-532-4999.
Okay. And I just wanted to say, well, first of all, please like and subscribe to the Gab if you are watching this. If you haven't figured out, I adore it. And it's on YouTube, the Gabb, GABB / Gabby Gourmet, Facebook, Instagram, I'm just Gabby Gourmet. This will be up if you get there, or when you get there. You will have the biggest treat ever. And Becca, you are beyond my, just the best.
Oh, thanks. So are
Much
you.
thank you. I cannot say how much I have enjoyed just watching your beautiful smile and listening to you. And oh my God, you are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. So are you. I'm looking forward to seeing you soon, having our dinner at Alteno.
It's going to be probably Sunday.
All right. I'll see
Are
you
you
then.
there on Sundays?
I sure am.
Okay, I'm going to get there.
All right.
Okay, thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All of you, congratulations. And everybody out there. Oh, love you. Have a great day.
Bye. You
Bye.
too.